Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're all well. Yes, Arsenal huddle on a Tuesday lunchtime. Wow. It's probably caught some of you by surprise, but I thought I'd do a quick stream this lunchtime, and I hope you're all well. There's lots going on apart from the new away kit launch yesterday with all the glam and the glitz of that. Yeah, we'll have a little look at that later on, obviously. But one of the questions that I want to ask really today that I've sort of been thinking about is Arteta coming out with he thinks that we haven't got enough and he wants more players, etc. And one of the things that I am trying to get my head around is why has it taken him until now to realise that we need more signings, we need more players? Where was this statement last season and the season before when we was rocking up, finishing 2 points behind Man City? He seemed to be happy with the squad we had then. And now all of a sudden, he's kind of coming out and saying that we need more players, etc. Which is a positive for me. I'm glad he is. I'm glad he's actually finally realising that the squad is not strong enough in all departments and that we just need a few more players just to kind of bolster certain positions. So in a way, I'm pleased that he's actually realised and identified that. But on the other side of it, I'm finding it frustrating that he never realised this last season and the season before. I find that quite a bit worrying, really. However, welcome everyone. So let's have a little look. Obviously, there he is, the real Jamboy. Welcome, my friend, as always, in the house. Shane Raid, big up Shane for the raid. Thank you very much, Shane, an absolute legend. I will be on with him. We'll be looking at retro kits later. And some of those retro kits will blast our new Arsenal away kit out of the water. I'll guarantee you that, guys. I'll guarantee it will blast our... Big up Shane Raid. Big up, my friend. Big up. Big up. Big up, Gavin. Nice to have you on board, my friend, from Ireland. Big up, my friend. Always welcome. Acers, always regular. Numpski, big up, Numpski. Big up, my friend. I messaged you earlier on. Hopefully, we can sort something out. And then when the season kicks off, me and Numpski will be. I'm trying to get a regular show with Numpski and a few guests to do a midweek review once the football season gets kicking off. But obviously, everyone's busy and working and stuff like that, like myself. So I understand, guys, it's difficult sometimes. It is difficult sometimes. But like all content creators, we do our best to do what we do and just, just keep everyone entertained. And that's what it's all about, healthy debate. The away shirt is okay. Just the red on the shoulders looks... Yeah. Do you know what, Jamboy? We'll have a little look at it later on. But I understand where you're coming from with the red. And I thought that, I'd have probably gone with a white Adidas stripe rather than the red. I think there's something about navy and white. And also, it would have looked even more like Chelsea then, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? With the white stripes. But I don't know. We couldn't put gold on this time, though, could we? We could have put silver, because, as I said, runners-up, you get a silver medal. So it could have gone silver to match the cannon and the lettering, I suppose. But here's what it is, guys. I mean, I don't know. It's going to sell, innit? It's going to sell. I don't hate it. I can't say it's the worst away kit that I've seen at Arsenal. I think the black one in recent times is probably one of my favourites. But yeah, we'll get into that later on, guys. We'll get into that later on. But let's get into this guy here because I want to go over the press conference of what Arteta was actually trying to say, and we'll pick the bones out of it and everything else. One thing with this guy, Arteta, big up, Danny Reacts, big up, my friend. We're only a big club who doesn't act like one. I'm afraid I'm tired of it. Yeah, me too, my friend. It's frustrating, Danny. It's frustrating. It really is, because we just want a statement, don't we? We just want to go for players, and we want to go for top players, and we want top players at the club. Even if they don't end up at the club, it would be nice to sort of get in a bidding war with like the likes of Liverpool and all the big clubs around the globe, you know. like Florian Wirtz. I can't understand why we never went in for him. Perhaps we did. I don't know, but I just can't understand. 100% white. Yeah, I think a nice white stripe would have gone, or a you know, I think white. I think white rather than red, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Silver second place. Yeah, told you, Normski. That's why they've got the silver on there now. Do you remember when we had the red and white? We had the red and the gold, didn't we? Because we thought we were going to win the season, win the league that year, and we ended up sort of with a bit of egg on our face, Normski, didn't we? So now we've gone silver. Yeah. Silver. That's what you get when you come runners up, guys. That's what I know. Watching the Olympics and everything, you get your silver medal when you come second. And that's why we've got that's why we've probably got a silver cannon and all that on the shirt. We got silver medal, but the top 4 trophy is ours too. Yeah, honestly, all day long, my friend. All day long, Gavin. All day long. We are the leaders in the top 4 trophy. I think we're, we can't be beaten on that. Can't be beaten on that. To get Eze, we have to sell. It looks like embarrassing stage already. And Gorkarez saga is a whole. Yeah, it's getting tedious. The Gorkarez, isn't it? It's getting tedious. I made a mistake yesterday. I was just angry yesterday on Aaron Talks, and I said, part of me hope that he doesn't come now, but obviously I want him at the club. Of course, I want him at the club. People, I want Gorkarez at the club. It's just tedious, isn't it? It's just. I can't understand the hold up. The player wants to come to Arsenal. Apparently he's turned down Man United. Apparently he's told friends and family and agent that after speaking with Mikel, it's the only club he wants to be at. Blah blah blah. What's the hold up? I don't quite get it. I'm sure it'll get done. I'm still pretty confident it'll get done. However, it is frustrating. But this is where the club has taken us, guys, isn't it? Because we're really craving now for a lift. As fans, we're craving for a lift of some sort. We've seen our team come runners up and miss out on major trophies. We've lost semi-finals, Carabao Cup and the Champions League in one season. So you're looking at it and you just think to yourself, right, give us a lift. Can you imagine how you would feel if Gorkarez and Eze was in the same press conference holding a shirt up or sitting at that nice desk with signing? Imagine a pair of them together like you used to do back in the old days, didn't you, when clubs used to make a double signing and they'd roll them out onto the pitch, both of them with the manager and coaches and directors either side. Imagine that. Imagine by Friday, what a way to end the week if you see Eze and Gorkarez rocking up together, side by side. How good would that be? Great, love the black and gold. Yeah, I like that, Normski. The black one was nice, man. I really like that black away kit. I thought that was really nice. Big up, DJB. Mr. Bait, thank you, my friend. Always welcome. Everyone's welcome. Real one, Jamboy. I might take the red off the trim up an old pair of tracky bottoms with the white stitch. And I'll tell you what, Jamboy, it'd be unique, wouldn't it? You'll be the only one with it. Can you imagine? You'd stand out like a sore thumb, my friend. Yeah, you'd be easy identifiable. Imagine that. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. That's off, Paul. We'll win the league and spend 400 million improving the big club. Yeah, possibly. I mean, that's the sort of. This is on improving a big club mentality. This is what I mean. I don't understand where this war chest comes. I still think, right, and I've said this, I still think that once Gorkarez is signed, that'd be it. There'd be no more signings at this football club. And see, my opinion is, right, let's get into this. Let's get into this man here. Here he is here, right? Our leader, Mikel Arteta. And you can say what you like about this guy. One of the things that I kind of admire him for is how he kind of talks in front of the media. This guy has found a way. He's got the art of chatting and convincing everyone and getting everyone on board Whether you like him or loathe him, he's got this way of trying to, with words and trying, and he just sort of sucks everyone in, you know. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He grabs you. Big up, DJ. Gorkarez in Arteta signing. That's why it's taking so long. Yeah, facts. It's looking that way, Mexic. And big up to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen you on my channel before, so you're welcome, my friend. Welcome. Afternoon. The Seymour. Good afternoon, my friend. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you well. Big up the chat. Make sure you sub and smash the likes, guys, because that really does help us out. So here he is here, Mikel Arteta. Let's get into him. All right. And he says, Mikel Arteta said in his first impressions of the new signings have been very positive. Okay. Well, he's going to say that, isn't he? Of course he is. Deep down, though, really. I mean, what is he really thinking? We've added 4 players to the squad. Kepa, Christian Norgard, Martin Zuba Mendy, Noni Madueke. And the boss was asked specifically about the latter 2 in the press conference on Monday in Singapore. It was a long process. You ain't kidding. Gorkarez is even longer. Zuba Mendy took from February. Why is it? See, if I was in that press conference, guys, I'd be asking, right? If I was in that press conference, I'd be asking, why is it a long process? When Liverpool have been linked with Etatike for like 2 weeks and the guy's rocking up with a medical. Yeah, I'd be asking, why is it a long process? Why does Arsenal Football Club hang these signings out to dry? Why does it take so long? See, these are the things that when you're in a press conference, these people, you want them to act on your behalf. See, I always think that if you're in that position to be in that press conference, you have got to act like a fan, like a football fan. You have to take your hat off. You have to take your own kind of looking after yourself kind of, you know what I'm trying to say, so you don't rock the boat and get chucked out the press conference. And I'm not saying go in there, be brash and, you know, and be rude and obnoxious and everything else. But ask the questions the real fans want answered. That'd be me. If I was in the press conference, straight away there, it was a long process. I would have to say, why was it a long process? Why is every signing Arsenal do a long process? He said about completing the deal, the Spain international Zuba Mendy from Real Sociedad. He had a lot of opportunities to decide whether he wanted to come. Did he? Name them. See, I'd ask him to name them. I'd come back with that and I'd be saying to him, okay, what clubs did he turn down to come to Arsenal? Because that's what the fans want to hear. Because all we know is that Real Madrid was kind of circling, but that was because he had a relationship with Alonso. We don't actually know whether that was actually true or not. So my next question to him is, well, Mikel, what clubs were coming in for Zuba Mendy? What held the process up? He left some very good opportunities to come to us. What opportunities did he leave, Mikel? Name them. I'm good, DJ. Taking the summer off of Arsenal, focusing on a career project. Good luck with your career, man. Yeah, you have to take time out. You have to take time out, guys. I'm going to keep coming back to the chat, guys, but we're going to go on with the press conference. The channel of getting okay spend always seems to block the signing. It must come from, yeah. The channel of getting the okay to spend always seems to block the signing. Does, my friend. Every other transfer has been done swiftly without hassle, except the ones we're involved in. This is what I'm trying to say. These are the questions you've got to ask, aren't you? Okay. We are very impressed with what we've seen in the last 7 and 10 days. Okay. Once you have a player daily and you see his character, his personality, his intelligence, and how much he's going to bring to the team, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, we're all excited about it, Mikel. That's why I'm saying I can't make up my mind with Zuba Mendy until about 12 matches in. When he's played 12 matches, when it gets to just before Christmas, round about Christmas time, then you can ask me about Zuba Mendy, what I think. Until then, I'm not I'm not really passing comment because I don't really know much about him. I've seen bits of him, but not enough to judge him. Not enough to judge him. The latest player through the door is England international, Noni Madueke. And the boss said it's a coincidence that we have signed several players from Chelsea over the past few windows. Well, it is. It's not a coincidence, is it? It's not a coincidence. See, and see, if I was in that press conference, my question to that would be, is how comes players from Chelsea can be done and dusted within weeks, and yet when we're linked with a player from February, from the January window, we don't get him over the line till July? And why are we linked with so many players from Chelsea? Because he goes on about Chelsea having great players, etc., etc., etc. Well, why aren't we signing their great players then? Where's Cole Palmer? Why have we got Madueke and not Cole Palmer and men like this? You know? So it's just be excited. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Be excited, guys. Come on, be excited. Let's try and be positive, shall we? Let's try and be excited. I know it's difficult. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, we're going to go over some retros later on, Jamboy. Join me and Shane for my retro show later on. We're going to pick out some nice strip later on, I'm telling you. Isak is demanding 300k away at Newcastle. Pay it. Pay it. Because I'm telling you now, to replace that player is going to cost you more than 300k a week. Telling you. It's probably because, right? It's the latest player in England. It's probably because they have some great players and a lot of players. Yeah, they do have a lot of players because they sell people from the academy. They get money in and then they sell on. But we try to focus on the players that we want to sign, regardless of the club they're in. It's probably a coincidence. What is not a coincidence is that the squad and the quality of the squad. While I'm here as well, I congratulate them for winning the Club World Cup because I think it was a big achievement for them. Yeah, they've won a trophy, Mikel. Something that you don't seem to be able to win. They have a lot of players and a lot of quality. Okay, where do you think are they going to finish above us next season then, Mikel? Be my next question. Do you see them as another challenge for the Premiership, along with Liverpool and Manchester City? With Noni, I'm very excited. You've seen the reaction of all the players. No, we haven't. Especially the ones who know him well. Yeah, the ones that have had a little training session with him at England. I wonder what they really think, though, away from the club. Hands up, right? If you're Declan Rice and Saka and Noni Madueke shows up, my first question would be, hey, Dex, shame we didn't get Rodrigo, isn't it? No, real talk. Honestly, I'd turn around and shame we didn't get Rodrigo. Yeah. Apparently, Isak's agent is marginally pissed with Newcastle and feels they've disrespected him. Oh, mate. Do you know what? He could be on his way, you know. He could be on his way. Yeah, PR crap, mate. You know it is. You know how it's like. This guy's brilliant at PR, man. You have to take your hats off the way he is. Showing what's going on to bring him to the team. The boss has revealed the latest on Gabriel, who missed the end of last season. Now, that's going to be an interesting one for me to see how Gabriel reacts, to see how he performs in these pre-season friendlies. That is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to see if he has any reaction. And is reported back to duty in excellent shape. Good. Make him captain. Well, we haven't seen them for 4-6 weeks. They've come back and they seem older and more mature. Well, 6 weeks on, you are normally a little bit older. You're 6 weeks older, really. and a little bit more mature. I don't understand that at all. Don't get that at all. That's more waffle, waffle, waffle. Haven't got a clue what all that means. Really excited, Gabby, as well, because with the new contract, all well, he showed the commitment to the club that he continues to grow in his role. So I'm very pleased. Yet Gabby signed a new contract. That means nothing, though, because if Saudi came in for him in January and offered 80, 90 million for the player, I'm sure whether he's under contract or not, the club would consider it. Simple as that. Contracts don't mean anything nowadays. He's played 45 minutes against Watford on Saturday. 45 minutes, but he's back in full shape, guys. 45 minutes in a pre-season friendly against Watford. And he's fit and raring to go, apparently. 45 minutes of football. Okay, he looks in good shape. William Saliba as well. We've missed a lot of players at the end of the season. Yeah, I know we have, Mikel. I'm glad you've actually realised that, because it's your lack of squad rotation that's caused it. But they look to be in the right direction and fit and contributing too. So, that's his waffle. Yeah. Apparently everyone's pleased at Noni Madueke. Don't understand why all the signings take so long. I still don't understand why the signings take so long, but it is what it is, people. So what I'm trying to get at now is, big up Panit, big up, is where are these people going to play? Because I think Noni Madueke is definitely going to play on the left-hand side. I can't see him being on the bench at 52 million. And then you've got to ask yourself, so what happens to Martinelli? Because Martinelli was kind of pushed out when we tried to sign Mudryk. When we tried to sign Mudryk, Martinelli, for me, that's when he started taking a dip in form. He kind of lost his respect a little bit for the football club and the manager. And now Madueke's come in. I think Martinelli's days are numbered. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it kind of spurs him on the other way. So when he does play, he kind of, he thinks, well, I've got to play for my place here, which is what you want. You want players pushing for places all the time. Is a white maroon Emirates fly better? Maroon Adidas logo and stripes. Oh, nice, man. I'll have to have a look at that. That sounds nice, Jamboy. That kit sounds nice. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Saliba and Saka watching this window probably worried again. Saliba definitely will be off. Do you know what, Danny, right? Saliba is one for me. I think he will be the first head turned if things don't go quite right. Saliba's one of these people that just can't hide his body language. You saw it at the end of the season, and you see it in some of the big games. You see it when we crashed out in the semi-final. His body language tells you everything you need to know. What's up with Gorkarez? I don't think it's Gorkarez, mate. I'll put it. I think it's this football club. I just don't understand it. It's getting tedious and frustrating. Could it be we are waiting to see if Isak signs or not before getting Gorkarez? Wishful thinking in brackets. Andrew, big up, my friend. Welcome. I would like to think that we are not hanging this Gorkarez out and gambling on Isak. Isak, see this, when this guy said that we haven't got enough and we need more signings, why didn't you go and sign a centre forward last season and then add to it this season? So then you've got two centre forwards to think about. Can you imagine you got Ivan Toney and Gorkarez, or Isak and Gorkarez? So we had the Isak done a couple of years ago, 2 seasons ago, last season, and then you're bringing Gorkarez alongside him. Now we're trying to play catch-up. We're playing catch-up all the time. We're playing catch-up. And this guy is suddenly realising, Arteta is realising, hang on a minute, I don't think we're strong enough. I don't think we've got enough. Well, if you've only just realised that we haven't got enough this season, where was this energy, and why didn't you realise we didn't have enough last season? This is what I don't understand. My biggest worry now, if we turn our attentions to Isak, and I can't see it happening, but if we did, in brackets, I think Gorkarez would then go elsewhere. He'd go elsewhere. And then if he does that and then the Isak falls through, we're left with no one. We're left with Havertz. What's the likelihood we don't sign Gorkarez and ends up being another Suarez or Vardy? Do you know what, Doc Seymour, right? This is another thing that I try and get you guys to. I'm trying to not. How can I say? I always get my head around the worst case scenario with this football club. I always kind of, until it's actually done and it's set in stone, I always think of it might not happen. So if Gorkarez doesn't happen for some reason or another, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I'm gutted, livid, annoyed, but I'm prepared. Hit the likes, people. Yeah, come on, hit the likes, guys. How many we got? Got 80 odd in the building. Get and smash these likes, guys. Come on. DJ Blee, please check Indicator news tweets. I'll have a little look if I can get on that. Arteta's clueless. Yeah, but he must have something about him, mustn't he? He must have something that this club actually sees by him, you know? I think what they've done, they've invested so much into Arteta. Good afternoon, Endon. Big up, my friend. Had to be Suarez. He's 27 today. Another day at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, another day at Arsenal Football Club. You know how it is. Listen, they're all out in Singapore. They're having a great time. Are they worried about you and me? Yeah? I doubt at this age he'll bite anyone's hand off. Nah. Arsenal funded Chelsea's move for Simmons. That's what we've done, guys. Yavi Simmons, yeah. Another player that I wanted at Arsenal. Wanted him about a season ago. I saw him in the Champions League play. I think it's fine. I can't. But he was a baller, man. He played really well. I like him. I like him. This is what we do, people. We give them 52 million for Madueke. They go and strengthen. This is it. What's crazy, D-Bay, is Arsenal win no trophies this season. The Arteta fans will blame it on Liverpool and say they bought the league. That is the net. I said that the other day, my friend, glory days. Not quite those words, but it's on the same lines. What they'll do, if we finish behind Liverpool, they'll turn around and say, yeah, but they've added to a world-class squad. Look at the players, look at the money they've spent. Why are we so poor in doing business? We look unprofessional. We are. We are. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Real one, Jamboy. Just looked it up. Third kit. Yes, that looks nice. We'll have a little look at it, my friend. I cannot understand that after last weekend's announcement about Gorkarez, that over 1 week later, there is seemingly no progress. No, it's frustrating. It really is. We're waiting for Man City to fall off of a sudden waiting for Man City to fall off. All of a sudden, other are about to overtake us. We waited for Man City to fall off last season and we never made really any inroads, did we? Let's be honest. Could be sunk cost. Fallacy, you're right, DJB. The Cronkies are so financially deep. That's what I think. I think they're so financially invested into this guy that they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they want to have. I don't think they can face the backlash if they sacked him. I don't think they're prepared for that yet. Not yet. Look at Chelsea. What a squad they're making. Do you know what? I'm going to call it now, right? I think Chelsea will finish above us next season. I think we're finishing 4th or 5th. I think go Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and then Arsenal. That's my only opinion. I might be wrong, but that's how I look at it. If I was an outsider looking in and just sort of and I weren't even an Arsenal fan, and someone just come up to me and said to me, "What do you think the top 5 will be next season?" That's how I would call it. DJB, I'm worried about Gorkarez. He's 27, very little interest from other clubs for him. If he's world class and the best out there, why is there no? Do you know what, Carl? Big up my friend. Make sure you go and sub and have a little look at Carl Walsh, absolute legend. It is a worry. He's also got attitude as well, Carl, hasn't he? If he's down in tools at his club that pays him his wages and refuses to go training, he's got a bit of attitude about him as well. As Arteta going to handle that? He likes it all squeaky clean in his changing rooms, doesn't he? Yeah, he likes to be the main man. He don't want attitude. The problem is with Gorkarez, and you've seen it over the years, Carl, right? This guy would struggle to make the top 15, 20 strikers back in the 80s and 90s. You know, when you've got like, you know, Andy Cole, Dwight Yorks, Wayne Rooney's, Alan Shearer's, Teddy Sheringham's, Henry's, Bergkamp's, you know, all of these men. This guy would be way down the pecking order. So he's nothing special. But the problem is because Arsenal haven't done the right thing over the seasons, he's the best we've got. He's the best out there. So what we're doing is we're kind of lauding this player up as if he's the next Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp. And really, he's just average. He's just average. He's just the best that we can get, other than Isak. He's just the best out there. He's no world beater, Carl, is he? That's why other clubs are not coming in for him. But we've left ourselves vulnerable. We're so desperate to sign a forward. We're making it seem as if he's the, you know, as if he's God's gift. I'm more afraid of City than Liverpool. I'm afraid of both of them, Johnny. I'm afraid of both of them. Arsenal views its fans as customers. Yeah, that's all we are. Customers. Report saying Mosquera has failed a medical. Why are we still signing him? We've already invested in him, I think. I think that signing's done. You couldn't write it, could you, Carl? I saw that this morning, that Mosquera has failed a medical. What's he failed on? One thing, if he's got an injury, he's at the right club, isn't he, Kyle? Do you know what I mean? If he's carrying an injury, he's at the right club. He's come to the right club. Because we are experts on injuries. Yeah? We're experts. So he'll just join them. This is what I'm saying. What's he got? Back problem? What is it? Knee problem? Hamstring problem? Failed a medical, you know. Failed a medical. You couldn't make it up, could you? All these Liverpool fans and Man City fans and Chelsea fans are getting signings done and dusted within like weeks. Medicals done. Personal terms done. Add-on fees done. And we're signing a future young player defender meant to be backup for Saliba and Gabriel. And he fails a medical. Unbelievable, isn't it? It's getting boring now. The Cronkies don't care about us seeing us as customers. Do you know what? I think that's football on a whole, though, mate. G-Star. I'll be honest with you. I think that's the way football's gone. Years ago, you know, the fans really mattered, and the clubs and the players were close to the fans. Nowadays, we're just objects, aren't we? It's all CEO and corporates. Very, very. I mean, there's not many of us real fans that actually go football anymore. You know, it's turning into kind of. And players move on. There's no loyalties. You won't get your Tony Adamses and your Roy Keanes and all that at football clubs anymore. It's gone. We were complacent last season. Now the gloves are off. I believe in it. I believe it. Johnny D, I hope you're right, my friend. I hope you're right. I don't know whether it's complacent. I just think the manager's got to be a bit more braver. I think he's got to take a few more risks. I think he's got to be more. I think he's got to be, his in-game management has got to be much more braver. Has to be. Wait, I'm a model. Big up, Riku, man. Big up. Hope you're well. Arteta's busking outside Lidl's trying to raise funds for Gorkris. They're probably shaking buckets or something. I don't know. That Gorkris, honestly, I'm sick of it now. I'm at the point now where if he signs, he signs. I'm pretty sure he will, but there he is. There's the Lynch. Fog lights, fog horns, all aboard. Come on, you Gunners. Exactly. You know what it is, my friend. That's my analogy, isn't it? Supporting Arsenal is like driving in the fog. Like driving in the fog. You can't actually see where you're going. You're a bit nervous. Yeah. And you're on edge. That is Arsenal. That is Arsenal. Big up, my friend. You get them fog lights on, Lynch, and we can see where we're seeing where we're going, my friend. Don't you worry about that. We can see where we're going, 100%. You can't beat Pep, yes, but Slot started with the world-class squad. Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, Slot took over world-class. Absolutely world-class. We couldn't compete with that. No way. Even though we'd spent £750 million and signed the likes of Fabio Vieira and Sambi Lokongas and Pablo Maris and Sterling, how can we compete with that, my friend? How can we? Ridiculous. Think Berta made a deal with Arteta. Arteta gets his choice winger Madueke, while Berta gets his choice striker Gorkris. Possibly. I think the Gorkris one is quite simple. Sesko fell through. Sesko was our number one target. It was the manager's number one target. And Sesko fell through. Wages, add-on, buyout clauses, all this nonsense. So Gorkris was next in line. And he's probably gone to Arteta and said, look, I know you wanted Sesko, but that's gone tits up. Unfortunately, now we're going to have to go for Gorkris. And Arteta's probably gone, oh, all right then. Okay. But he ain't really chomping at the bit. We just went through his press conference. No one asked him about Gorkris. Did you notice that? No one. No one asked him about... No one actually said to him, when is the Gorkris deal going to get finalised? Are you happy with him coming to the football club? See, these are the questions you need to ask this guy. I can't understand when people go in a press conference, they don't ask these questions because these are the questions the fans want to hear. They shouldn't be hand-picked questions, just to keep it all sweet, just to keep it all happy, just to make sure that the tide is nice and calm and the boats are not being rocked. Should be going in there. Where's Gorkris? Mikel, where's Gorkris? Why haven't we signed him yet? What's the hold-up? Are you happy? I know you wanted Sesko, but would you be happy with Gorkris? Why ain't these questions being asked? Smash the likes, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. Smash them up. Let's go. I bet my house, DJ, I bet you my house, Chelsea won't finish above us. If you win, you win my house. If I win, I expect a beer. Johnny, I'll tell you what, how can I listen, my friend, if I win, I'm not that evil to turn you out of your house. However, if you sell it, then I want half. All right? How about that? Okay, we'll go for it. All right? We'll go for it. We'll go for it. Obviously not the house, but you know what I'm saying. We'll meet up and have a beer over it, yeah? All right? I reckon Chelsea are finishing above Arsenal. The only thing, especially if Chelsea sign a defender. If Chelsea sign a defender and are banging forward, if Isak is like this at Newcastle, 300 grand a week, you know who's coming for him, don't you? Yeah, you think of that, Johnny D. Think of that. Isak wants 300 grand a week. Newcastle turn him down. The agent says, okay, fine, we're off. Chelsea come in. How much do you want? 300 grand a week? How about if we give you 320 grand a week? Yeah, where do I sign? So now Chelsea have got Isak. And we've got Nicholas Jackson on loan in August. Yeah. Arsenal's deadline day disaster signing. You know that's coming, guys. I keep telling you, that is on its way. Johnny D, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn. I'll sell you if you think the gloves may be off. The only thing coming off, all shit for Cade is vanilla. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, people, right? This is what I like about this community that we're building up. We're all having a little bit of banter now, right? And we're all in. We've all got our own opinions deep down. Johnny D, man, he's got his own opinions, yeah. And big up, Johnny. But I'll tell you what we'll do. Perhaps we'll put it in the chat, right? If you think Chelsea's going to finish above Arsenal, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Chelsea's going to finish above Arsenal. If you think Arsenal are going to finish above Chelsea, put a 2. Here we go. Don't become homeless too, bro. No, don't bet your home on Arsenal. Honestly, you're a brave man if you're betting if you're betting your house on Arsenal. We can't even get Gorkarez signed. Riku, we'll revisit this in 3 months' time. DJB, he wouldn't be heard of back then, bro. Facts. No, he wouldn't, Cole. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? Back in the days with all these top banging strikers that graced the Premiership and around Europe. And we're gassing up Gorkarez as if he's some sort of Lord Almighty. And the only reason we are is because he's the only one available. And we're desperate. We're desperate. You know? It's like that millionaire relative that turns around and says to you, I've got 6 months to live. But if you don't get married within 6 months, you don't inherit the estate. So in 6 months' time, you're so desperate, you'll marry anyone. You don't care what they're like. You just want the estate and all the money. So in 6 months' time, if you're not married, you've got to be a married man to inherit everything. That's Arsenal. They're like, oh, well, we haven't signed anyone for years and years. We need a forward. I want Sesko. No, that's failed. We can't do that. Well, we'll get Gorkarez instead. Then we'll have Gorkarez. That'll do. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Listen, I'm not saying Gorkarez ain't a good player. Gorkarez is a great, good striker. Very good striker. But what we're trying to say, me and Kyle, is that we've seen some fantastic strikers over the years. And we're just trying to just put a lid on it and say he ain't none of them. And we don't know how he's going to react in the Premiership. But he's better than Havertz. I'm sorry. He's better than Havertz. He's not a yes man. Definitely not a yes man, mate. Definitely not a yes man, my friend. Gorkarez is going to come up and he's going to cause some problems in that changing room. I'll guarantee you that. My barber from my hometown constantly talked about Batistuta. Oh, he was unreal. Batistuta was unreal. It's already done. There's not many ones in the chat, guys. Not many ones in the chat. If you think Chelsea are going to finish above Arsenal, put a 1 in the chat. Did Calstrom fail them? Oh, don't. Do you remember that, brother? Do you remember that? We've had some signings at this football club, haven't we? Fans are desperate for a striker, but Arteta is not. He hasn't signed one in years. Why would he be desperate now? Why is it any different? The only positive I can turn around and say is that he's actually realised that we need more. His words, we need more. Well, we needed more last season. We needed more the season before. Why is this season any different? I'll tell you why this season's any different. Because he's under pressure. And if he fails, he can spin the narrative and turn around and said, well, I asked for more. I told everyone we needed more signings. And everyone's going to go, oh, Mikel was right. They've let him down. They haven't backed him. That'll be the narrative. That's why he's come out. He's very clever. He's very clever in what he comes out with. So when he's asking for more, knowing that he's not going to get more, if it fails and we end up winning nothing this season, he can turn around and say, well, I did ask for more. I said to the club we needed more. I said we were short. But you've been short every season, Mikel. Mosquera probably going to got a footballing problem. Yeah, probably has. He's failed the medical. I don't know. He probably turned around and said, I don't like the away shirt or something. I don't think it's true, DJB. No. What, on failing the medical, Jamboy? Mosquera. I'm most upset that Gorkarez won't get as much pre-season and we'll have to wait on the... Yeah. Do you know what, Lynch, right? This is what we've been saying, haven't we, brother? You know, we wanted deals done early. We wanted players in early. We wanted Gorkarez done. We wanted the striker in so he can go on pre-tour, get to know the players get to know him, fans, everything. Everyone's gassed up. Everyone's on a high. But he's going to come in. He's going to come in a couple of games before the season and he's going to be expected to hit the ground running. There is no room for error for any of these players next season, Lynch. Yeah, there's no room for error. Every single player has got to be bang on it from day one. That's the pressure that this club has brought on themselves. Every game is a cup final. Every single one. DJB, last time I left you, you had an ember of hope. What happened? You're spending too much with League and Doctor. We'll finish top threes. No, listen, Johnny. I have still got an ember of hope. Of course I have. I'm an Arsenal fan. You've always got to have that little bit of hope. But I'm also realistic. I'm also seeing how because at the start, the transfer window, I was getting excited. We was linked with Eze and we were going to get Rodrigo and we was going to get Gorkarez and all of these men. And then I'm starting to think, well, hang on a minute. We're looking quite powerful here. But as the weeks have gone on, Eze don't look likely. Rodrigo, we've turned out, that ain't going to happen. Gorkarez is taking its time. So I'm just, the manager's saying we need more. So he's identified that we're no stronger. And I'm all these things, and I'm starting to think, and the start of the season, if we don't get the points on the board early, I'm just starting to think to myself, where realistically can I see Arsenal finishing? I'm hoping we win everything. Of course I am. 100%. 100%. I'd be over the moon if we won everything. But I'm just looking at it realistically, Johnny. That's all I'm doing. I'm just being a football fan, looking at it from the outside in realistically, taking my Arsenal hat off and just thinking to myself, well, hang on a minute. Because I'm looking at the midfield as well, Johnny, because if Declan Rice gets injured or Zuba Mendy gets injured, our midfield is Marino and Norgard. That is our midfield. So we haven't really strengthened in them areas, have we? We got backup for Saka, Madueke. Where's our real quality backup for Declan Rice? Where's that baller in midfield that makes things happen? Like a Morgan Rogers or Vitinha or something like that. See, these are the questions that you have to ask yourself, and you have to sort of look at it from a football point of view. Chelsea is strong all over. Chelsea have got players pretty much, apart from their centre half and that, and probably their goalkeeper, they're pretty strong, aren't they? Everywhere in midfield. And we ain't. Liverpool, look what they've done. Man City, look what they've done. So 3 teams have strengthened, in areas that have upgraded their team. But we're just in the comfort zone, isn't it? We're in the comfort zone. We haven't really kind of strengthened where we can turn around and say, wow, look at us. We've just signed Vitinha. We've just signed this one. We haven't got that wow feeling. And whilst I haven't got that wow feeling, Johnny, I've got that doubt where we're going to finish. Yeah, and that's not, that's not being disrespectful to the club. I'm just putting an honest spin on it, my friend. That's all. It's a good thing we have at least 180 pages. It is. No, it is always a good thing. Riku Bastita was unbelievable, mate. It was a privilege to watch that legend play. Yeah, it was. It was. I watched him destroy us at Wembley. Yeah, so did I. I was there with my eldest son. Yeah. Also, they played in that wonderful football kit that we highlighted on a retro show last week as well. Johnny, who the fuck cares if we finish top 3? If we ain't winning a major honours, it's failure. Simple as that. Yeah, it is. It is. It's failure. And the reason why it's failure is because this team has invested so much over the years and its expectations have risen over the years. And if you're prepared to raise the standards that everyone talks about, then you've got to be prepared that when the standards are not met, it's failure. We're just a money in the pocket for the Cronkies. Every owner is money in the pocket, my friend. Every owner's money in the pocket. But you can't blame the Cronkies for what happens on the field of play. When that whistle goes and two teams face one another, it's down to the guy who they employ. It's not down to the Cronkies when that whistle goes. And they've spent nearly £1 billion. Since this manager's been in charge, they've given him pretty much £1 billion in money. They've given him 52 million to go sign Madueke. Whose fault's that? Owners just use the clubs for more greed. Yeah. But without them, this is what I kind of say. If you don't want the Cronkies, who would you have? Who would you have? How many owners out there in this day and age with all the current markets and everything else and wars and everything else is going to spend £1 billion in 5 years? Name me an owner that's going to spend that sort of money in 5 years. I'll tell you what's complacent is DJB. 1-0 up, we ran into the clock. Dark arts employed. Dark arts were rewarded with red cards. We will not employ that again. We will not be complacent, trust me. I hope you're right, Johnny. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I'd have settled for dark arts against PSG in the semi-final, my friend. If we was winning that tie, you play all the dark arts you need to get into that final. There's a time and a place for dark arts. There is a time and a place for dark arts. And European football clubs have got it off to a fine art. Absolute fine art. There is a time and a place. Unfortunately, the manager don't know when to implement it and when not to implement it. But it ain't just about fine arts, Johnny, is it? Why hasn't he tried things differently? Why hasn't he tried Odegaard in a different position? Why didn't he move Martinelli in the striking position? Why stick with Marino up front when Martinelli was balling out, playing as a forward? Why didn't he put Trossard on the left? Why didn't he play Martinelli down the middle? Why didn't he play Martinelli and Marino down the middle? Why was we doing long throw-ins when we had no height to head them on? Why was he getting Raya to lump it 30, 40 yards down the pitch? Yeah? These are all the questions you have to ask. There's thousands that would love to go and watch week in, week out, but due to the price of the tickets, the rich people get tickets £100. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I've just paid £1,500 for my season ticket. £1,500 to round it off. £7 for a drink, for a pint of beer. 10, 12 quid for, something to eat. Your football kits. We'll get it up in a minute. We'll get the away kit up. Let's have a look at the Arsenal away kit. Let's have a little look at the Arsenal. We'll get the Arsenal away kit up. Let's have a little go here. Carl Walsh, I wish I could seen the league, the real legends. Now I have to pretend that this is. Do you know what, Riku? Right, I've been following Arsenal 50 years, and the players I've seen, opposition, and that played for Arsenal over the years, the standard of football today has gone right down. Has gone right down. There's a lot of players that play today that wouldn't get in any top Liverpool team, top Arsenal team, top Man United team of years ago. There's no one that could replace Eric Cantona that plays today in the Premiership. No one could replace Roy Keane. Paul Scholes, you know. Paul Scholes. There's not a midfielder that's playing in the Premiership today that would kick Paul Scholes out of that Man United team. There isn't one. There isn't one. There's no one that could kick Frank Lampard out of a team. Steven Gerrard. Liam Brady. Patrick Vieira. There's not a winger on the left that's better than Robert Pires. You think gassing up Rodrigo? If ever you've seen Pires play live, Rodrigo wouldn't lay a glove on him. Would not lay a glove on him. We haven't been able to enjoy any of the signings, all dragging aside from the fodder like Madueke and Kepa. This is what I'm saying. We need this Gorkarez announced big time. And then when we get Gorkarez announced, we need to go and get Eze. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. Johnny D clipped and saved when finish outside Europe this year. How gullible and naive can you still be after all this time? Well, Johnny D's keeping the faith. Johnny D's keeping the faith. But there's only so long you can keep the faith for, Johnny, isn't there? Realistically, how long can you keep the faith for? Seriously. G-Star, they did. Slot took over Liverpool squad that finished behind Arsenal for how many seasons? It's almost as if the manager change can work, eh? Yeah, big point, Jamboy. Big point. Big point. My words exactly. When your time is up, your time is up. And sometimes you just have to look in the mirror and go, do you know what? I've done all what I can. It's time to move on now. It's time to move on. I've taken that department where I work as far as I can go. I can't take it any further, guys. Sorry, I'm worn out and done. I need something else. I need a new challenge. And I think that's where Arteta's at. But when you're on £15 million a year and you're the fourth highest paid manager and never managed a football club in your life, how do you walk away from that? How do you go home to your wife and go, do you know what? I'm walking out. What? You're on £15 million a year. I've just ordered a new handbag, like £4,000. And you're telling me you're walking out of that football club? I've just ordered a new Aston Martin. See what I'm saying? How can he just walk away from that? It's crazy. Stage press conference. Always is Lynch. Always is Lynch. Never get the questions asked that people want to hear. Do you know what? There's a lot of press conferences I just can't listen to, my friend. I just can't listen to it. Because at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, ask him that then. Well, ask him that. Ask him why the Zuba Mendy process took so long. Who were the clubs that were coming in for him? Who did he turn down to join Arsenal? Name them. Why haven't we got Gorkarez yet? Was you disappointed the Sesko deal fell through? Are you happy to have Gorkarez at the club if he signs? Why can't we ask these questions? Because it's what fans want to hear. He was asked, he said he won't comment on players not at our club. I must have missed that then, my friend. No, he won't. He won't comment on them, will he? He won't comment on them. So no questions for Canton nor Zippy. No, they just listen. They're tuned in, aren't they? They're tuned in. They know what to ask. They know what to ask. They're not going to rock any boats. You sell your soul, mate. You sell your soul. You stop becoming a fan. You stop becoming a real fan. You're still a fan, but you're kind of a work-related fan, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You know, you don't crap on your own doorstep, do you? Should ask him. Ends happy with a deal, though the club is using for. Should ask him if he's happy with the deal, though the club is using for Gorkarez. Yeah, they should. Arsenal page sentence and press conferences. Recurs. It's sad the way the beautiful game has gone. I was lucky enough to see Maradona. Yeah. Oh God, Maradona. Maradona's warm up alone was something to behold. The greatest right I've ever saw was Romario. Yeah, some player. I'm willing to bet my life, let alone my own, where we're finishing below top 3. We will be here. Okay, Johnny, are we good? Are we going to win the Premiership? Because my question to you, my friend, is this manager has been in place now and the process has finished. The money's been spent. He's built his squad. So therefore, on that metric, we should be winning the league. Are we good enough to win the league? And if your answer is no, you don't think we will win the league but finish in top 3, then the process has failed. Simple as that. Half on the sell, you got it, DJB. You've got to ask yourself the question. Because what I'm thinking, here we go. Oh, there's lots of ones here. Chelsea finishing above. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of people thinking Chelsea's going to finish above Arsenal next season, my friend. There we go. I'm a bit behind on the chat. It's flying. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Make sure you smash the likes and make sure you sub, my friends. Come on, come on, come on. Lots of ones. Chelsea are finishing above Arsenal. Oh, hang on. Oh, Lynch, do you know what? That's what I like about you, Lynch. That's what I like about you, my friend. Yeah. You're honest, man. You're honest. Big up, my friend. Big up, everyone. Yeah. We've got ones here. Lots of ones. Wow. See, they're all coming, Johnny. Lots of ones. As it stands. Yeah, I'll give you that, Jamboy. I'm with you on that. As it stands right now, and what the manager's saying, he thinks that we still need more. I'll go with that. But that could all change within the next couple of weeks. I think João Pedro scores 20 league goals this coming season. He won't be far off it. And if Palmer balls out, I'm telling you, Chelsea is shit, but so are Arsenal. We're both not where we should be. But if you was to look at Chelsea and say, have they made positive upgrades on their signings? If you was to compare Chelsea signings to Arsenal's, it doesn't matter who you support. You've got to go with that they've signed better. As it stands, Nonski, yeah. As it stands, a 1. I'll give you that. Chelsea have an easier start with the draw too. Yeah. It's a good debate though, isn't it? Chelsea, who's going to finish the highest, Chelsea or Arsenal? What we should really be saying is, can we win the Premiership? Are we going to finish above Liverpool and Man City? And I'm at the stage now where Liverpool and Man City fans should be saying to us, are we going to finish above Arsenal? Because when you've had a manager in place all these years We should be going into next season full of confidence that we're going to win the Premiership. And we're not. We're debating whether we're going to finish third or fourth. Make it happen. It's not important how you begin, it's how you finish. Johnny, I would say that, but if you're 9 points behind come Halloween and you're 9 points behind Liverpool, you know I've got to put a good run together from January onwards. Thoughts on Xhaka possibly going to Sunderland? Good move for Sunderland. Yeah. Granit Xhaka will do well up there. They like a little bit of rough and tumble up there in Sunderland, my friend. He'd do all right. I wish him well. I wish Granit Xhaka well. If he goes to Sunderland, that's a tough place to go, Sunderland. I've been to the old Sunderland. I've been to the old Roker Park. I've been to old Sunderland away. It's a really intimidating place. Leeds United as well. They're all going to be tough. They're all going to be tough. Give me Susan Boyle. That's who sponsor West Ham, isn't it? Susan Boyle. Oh, it's Boyle Sports, isn't it? Oh, dear, man. As Lee mentioned, Gorkarez or Eze will be announced on the 5th of August. Next hearing of party case on the same date. Yeah, do you know what? It could be a little bit of that, you know. Could be a little bit of that. We'll see. Susan Boyle, the new sponsors of West Ham. You're probably better than Havertz, DJB. I know a better at least. Do you know what? Yeah. Batistuta was close to Henry as a talent. Batistuta was a brilliant player. Don't think he was Henry, though. Henry was fantastic, wasn't he? We had Wiltord, Carno, Bergkamp, and now we have Havertz, Jesus, and hospital bed. Yeah, exactly. That's where we're at. That's where we're at, my friend. Whether you like it or not, that's where we're at. And if we do sign Gorkarez and he gets injured, we've got Havertz and Marino. Are we any stronger? This is what I'm saying. Years in, we should have 2 strikers. Gorkarez is injured. Oh, no problem. No problem. We've got Ivan Toney. We've got Isak. Doesn't matter. Lee says Aguero was the closest to Batistuta. Yeah, he was a little bit. He used to run the chant. He used to run. Batistuta was the kind of player that read the game so well. He used to take up positions and he was really hard to mark. I liked Aguero, but I weren't in the camp of him. I looked at Aguero being a good. I don't know with Aguero. If I said he was overrated, I'd be slandered. I don't think he was overrated, but Aguero didn't touch me like some of the other greats, you know. Michael Owen didn't either. I thought Michael Owen was a brilliant player, but he didn't touch me like I thought Rooney was better than Owen. Wayne Rooney was a better player than Michael Owen. What would you do with Havertz if he did not sign a striker? I'd have to play him. Who else we got? You'd have to put him as our striker, unfortunately. Pains me to say it, but you'd have to. If he produces half of what he did at Sporting, that's 15, 20 goals next season in the league. Optimistically, I think him and Saka will cook. Yeah, Lynch, I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that, my friend. If he's bringing 20 goals, if Gorkarez is bringing 20 goals, Saka chips in with sort of 10. Odegaard's got to step up as well, though. Odegaard needs to get back to where he was. Odegaard's got a lot of pressure on him next season. A lot of pressure. Big up Petroni, my friend. Big up. Dennis Suarez was injured when we signed him on loan too. Yeah, they're all injured. Mosquera, you couldn't write it, could you? Couldn't write it. Well, we need more quality. We do. We do need more quality. 100%. 100%. I think Arteta's waiting to see how things go in the pre-season games before signing any more players. I think it'll only be Gorkarez. I think it'll be Gorkarez. I'm hoping I am absolutely wrong. But I'm hoping we get Eze. But I'm sort of prepared that we're only getting Gorkarez, and that's it. That's where I'm at, my friends. That's, to be fair, we signed Gundogan when he was in crutches, but I think it ended up going, yeah, it was a good signing, Gundogan. Good player. Don't think second time round, but first time round he was a good player, wasn't he? I think you'd do well City next season. Aguero is not top 80 players ever, better do it's 50. Yeah, I'm like that with Aguero, you know. I'm a bit like you on that, Johnny. I think if we don't win anything next season, he will walk away. I don't think he'll walk away. I think Christmas. I said it, keep saying it. I'm sticking with Christmas. I think if we are 5th, 6th come Christmas, not really playing the football we should be playing, way off the top, 10, 12 points off the top, I think Christmas could walk. Let's get into the away kit, people. Let's get into the away kit. Let's have a little look on the away kit here. And bosh, there it is, people. There's the away kit. You know, and listen, I'm not gonna say it's horrible. It wouldn't be my cup of tea, to be honest with you. I don't think that I would be kind of buying it. But then I'm not one for wearing football shirts anyway. I've got loads of football shirts, but I've never been one for wearing football shirts, to be honest. But it's good detail. I like the blue and the light blue in it. I'm not sure. I'm with Jamboy. I'm not sure about the red on the trim. I think the lettering's silver, isn't it? Yeah. But shorts are quite nice. But look at that, guys. Look at the prices of it. Yeah, look at the prices of it. 120 quid for an authentic kit. 120 pounds, people. Yeah, this is where we're at, guys. 120 quid. 85 pound for just like a replica. The authentic one that the players apparently, you know, 120. It's okay. I'm not getting excited about it. It's nothing special, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know where the yellow and blue kit's gone. I don't know why we don't wear yellow anymore. But look at this. Look at the shorts. You're paying, yeah, how much are the shorts? £45 for the shorts. You can get a nice little hat. Look, you can even get the trainers, my friends. Look at that. The Adidas trainers as well. Look at this. Adidas Sambas to match. Everyone's going to be rocking up in that. Adidas Sambas to match, people. There it is. Look. And the hat. You can get the whole works. You can get the hat, nice top, and the trainers. And believe you me, when I walk out of Highbury Islington Station, first game of the season, you are going to see middle-aged men dressed up like this, brother. Trust me. That's where we're at. And the socks, you can get bags. Look, nice little bum bag there to match. When Arsenal do kits, when Arsenal do merchandise, they don't cut any corners. I'll give them that. There are no corners cut when Arsenal roll out merchandise. But when it comes to signing players, yeah, if we put as much effort into signing players as we did rolling out merch, we would be A1 people, wouldn't we? Imagine it. Imagine it. So get your away kit, guys. Come on. Get your away kit. There you go. £120 or 85. Get your away kit. Make sure you get your matching shorts. Make sure you get your trainers and your hat. I quite like the trainers, actually. I don't think I'd wear them now because it's sort of like bit kind of, what's it? But there you go. Yeah. It's all up for grabs. It's all there, people. So, yeah, that's the away kit. Not bad. Personally, I would love to see the manager and the owners gone. I've got no time for any of them teammate. Yeah, I know. It does get you like that, my friend. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Try and keep some of the faith. You got to. You have to. You have to do it. Pressure is high. Pressure is, honestly, you think the manager was under pressure last season. Wait till this season. Arteta was asked about Gorkres and he said, I can't talk about players that are not here yet. How original. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Can't talk about players that are not here yet. Yeah, but he's heavily linked, Mikel, isn't he? Okay, you can't talk about the players. If he was to join the club, though, if he was to come to the football club, would you be happy? Almost like MA wants sabotage Gorkres to fail. I hope he doesn't. I hope it gets done. I just want it all done, dusted. Get him over the line. Get him in. Get him buzzing. Get him scoring goals. Let's do this. Come on. Johnny D, you haven't answered the question. Are we going to win the Premiership? Come on. Your manager's been in charge all this time. All this money spent. Built all his team, his squad, his players. He's not a rookie manager anymore. He's had plenty of experience. Are we going to win the Premiership, Johnny? We need more and we'll get more. The only question is about quality. There you go. We need more and we'll get more. Well, he better hurry up then, because it's only about 3.5 weeks before we kick off. Johnny has brought some of that hope, man. Yeah, listen, it's nice to have Johnny in the chat. Of course it is. 100%. I haven't got any problems with people that back this manager. No problems at all. As I said to you before, the only problem I have is when they don't look at the hard facts and they disregard all of the facts and just look at the moments that we're in. So when we beat Man United 5-1, everything that how we were playing up until then didn't matter. The fact that the season was pretty much more than done and dusted didn't matter. It was the fact that we beat them 5-1. And it was great. And it was great. But everything just seems to be lost in one moment when we beat Real Madrid. It was only a small part of the job that was done. The real challenge was, right, now go to the final, beat PSG. And we failed. But everyone kept harping on about Real Madrid. And it's just moments in time, you know. This football club should be the favourites. If you look at all the things that have gone on, the runners-up, Champions League semi-final, the players we've signed, the money we've spent, we should be favourites next season to win the league. That's the position we should be in. Kepa, Zuba Mendy, Norgard, Madueke, what a load of absolute shit. Yeah. Vincenzo, I don't get the Norgard signing. I can't understand the Madueke signing. Kepa signing, I'm a little bit on the fence with it, to be honest with you. I'm not one of these that is going to say, oh, we could have got a better goalkeeper, but he would have cost us 35, 40 million. Are you going to spend 35, 40 million on a backup goalkeeper? Unless you want to dislodge Raya from that number one spot, you ain't going to spend 35, 40 million on a backup goalkeeper. So Kepa, I'm a little bit like that with. Zuba Mendy, I can't judge him until I've seen him. I'm not saying he's going to be a bad player. I'm not saying he's an awful player. He's a good player, steady player by all accounts. But I will judge him after I've seen him after a dozen games or so. Norgard, don't understand it. Don't understand it. Why ain't Thomas Frank taking him to Spurs? Why ain't West Ham bought him? Why ain't other clubs bought him? Why have we bought him? Madueke, don't get it. There was other options other than Madueke. All of the top 6 are coming back with vengeance, I'm telling you now. Solly, big up Solly. Yeah, I said it's going to be a tough season. Spurs are going to be better. They're going to be stronger. Man United will probably be a little bit stronger. Brighton. Then you got teams like Brighton, Aston Villa, Fulham, Leeds. All these teams are going to be strong, and they're the teams we sort of struggle against, don't they? You look at everyone bangs on about how well we do against the top 6, but teams like Brentford, West Ham, Brighton, Aston Villa, and teams like this, we struggle against. So we'll have to wait and see. Trying to be positive. Realistically, in my honest opinion, you have to be a Chelsea buffoon to say they're finishing above us. That's my honest God opinion. We're worlds apart, not even close. Yeah, but Johnny, will we win the Premiership or the Champions League? Are you happy with what has been built up? After trusting the process, are you in a position where you can honestly say that we're going to win the league? Because that's the position you should be in. Yeah, Enzo and Carcedo with Palmer, Gay's class. Yeah, exactly. All I'm saying is, if you disrespect Chelsea, you got to be careful next season. If you disrespect Chelsea, I saw what they've done against PSG. They've got players that if they all click, they're going to be a good team. Simple as that. We're finishing 4th, maybe 5th right now. Chris Tomlinson. Yeah, I mean, Shane says like 6th and 7th and all of this, which is fair enough. Unless this manager learns these lessons and learns them quicks and changes the way he plays, he needs to change the way he plays next season. He needs to change his whole way of playing next season. Whether we get Gorkarez or not, he still needs to change the way we play. He cannot go into next season playing the same way we did last season. Even Johnny will admit that. You will see how strong they are when they have 2 players like us and City, Liverpool. That's the whole different ball game. You will see how strong they are when they have to play 2 games a week like us, City and Liverpool. They're used to that, my friend. They've got players. Chelsea have got players at the club that's used to playing 2 days a week. They were playing Thursdays in the conference. Yeah. They've got the squad to handle playing 2 days a week. We haven't. We've got to roll out Declan Rice week in, week out. We've got to roll out Zuba Mendy week in, week out. We've got to play Saka week in, week out. We've got to play Saliba week in, week out. We've got to play Gabriel week in, week out. Timber week. Our starting 11, we have to play every single game. Because if they don't, Johnny, we've got Marino and Norgard coming in on a Champions League game. We could be away in Milan, lining up with Norgard and Marino in midfield. Havertz as our forward, as our number 9. Honestly, you've got to get your head out of the sand sometimes, my friend. I 100% respect you, and I'm honestly, but come on, look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the bigger picture. You have to keep looking at the bigger picture. World apart are in just a rude awakening this season. Club World Cup apart. Champions League, yes. Yeah, I mean, the Club World Cup, yeah, it's not a big competition yet. Are we only saying that because we weren't in it and didn't win it? Can you imagine if we'd have won that Club World Cup? Yeah. A lot of this Arsenal fan base would be gassing that up as if it was you'd be in so many arguments and debates with a lot of the Arsenal fans. They'd all be saying, "Oh, the Club World Cup's miles bigger than the Champions League. You're champions of the world. It's much a bigger cup." So if we'd have won that, can you imagine it? Arteta thinks that the Charity Shield's a major trophy. So, like, how would the fan base gas up the Club World Cup? Why do we think Zuba Mendy is good? I don't know. He could fail in the Prem. He could do. This is what I'm saying. You can't pass any kind of criticism on a player until you've actually seen him. And I've not seen enough of Zuba Mendy to know whether he's going to be an Arsenal player or not an Arsenal player. I'll have to make my own mind up. When I've done 12 games in and we do a live stream, then I can talk about Zuba Mendy. Then I can give you an honest opinion about him. But at the moment, I can't sit here and criticise Zuba Mendy because I've not seen enough of him. Chelsea isn't that far apart and their squad depth is great. They're not far apart. See, Rico, you looking from an outside in as a City fan, understand that. You're probably looking at Chelsea and Arsenal and thinking there's not much difference. But Arsenal fans, because we finished runners-up 3 seasons running and Chelsea fell off, we're looking at it different. A lot of Arsenal fans are looking at it, oh, yeah, we're miles better than Chelsea. But when you look at the signings that have been made this season, are we miles better than Chelsea? That's all I'm asking. We always fall short every season. Couple of quality players. Yeah, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Guys, make sure. Welcome. Make sure you're subbing, smashing the likes. We're on the road. We're on the road to 2K, people. Yeah, we're on the road to 2K. It'd be nice if I can get to 2K before the start of the season. That would be absolutely amazing. So if you ain't sub, have a little smash of the sub button. That'd be great. Make sure you're smashing. Thank you for all your comments, as always. Always thank you for your comments. Always thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure, my friends. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's is what it is. What it is. I'm way behind on this chat, guys. What's going on? Okay, D. 35% we win the Premiership. City 33, Liverpool 31%. The rest 1% out of Chelsea. I was never far off in my predictions. Never, either spot on or close. There you go, my friend. There you go. Listen, Johnny. I hope you're right, and if we win the Premiership. And I'll see you on the parade. I'll buy you a Coca-Cola, mate, and a bag of crisps. How about that? I'll buy you a packet of salt and vinegar and a Coca-Cola. All right? I promise. Or you could be giving me your house keys. Harvey, yet we'll end up with none. I do believe 3 or 4 more editions, we can win the league. Listen. If we got 3 or 4 of the correct decision, then I might go along with that. But what you got to ask yourself, Harvey, is if we'd have built up a solid squad over the last 2 seasons, we wouldn't need 3 or 4 more additions, would we? We'd only need 1 or 2. The fact that you're saying 3 or 4 more is telling you that we haven't done the right thing over the years. So last season, if we'd have got Isak, if we'd have got an Ivan Toney, if we'd have got a Vitinha, if we'd have got a Biella, if we'd have got a Kudos, if we'd have got a Bowen, if we'd have got this, and then added Gorkarez, Madueke, Zuba Mendy, then we'd be looking at a whole completely different Arsenal football team. But the fact that we have mismanaged and made poor signings over the years. And the fact that we need another 3 or 4, 5 players is telling us that we're still far off it. And we shouldn't be in this position. We shouldn't be in this position. If you worked for a company, I look at it this way. If you worked for a company and you was given a 5-year contract and your goal was to get that company in the top 3 of companies, I don't know, trading or something, yeah, or transportation. Your goal was to get your company in the top 3 of transportation, and you haven't done it, and you're saying, yeah, but I still need to employ 5 or 6 more people after 5 years. Then questions have to be asked. Why? You've had all this time, you've had all this money. Why are you still needing to sign 3 or 4 players? Why are we still needing to sign 5 players? Why are we still needing to add? Why haven't we done it? DJB, we're winning the European Champions League. I said that this team is more geared up to the Champions League than the Premiership. I still believe that the way Mikel Arteta plays, his tactics, the way we are in midfield defensively, Declan Rice, Zuba Mendy, Marino, them sort of players, and our defences, I still think we are more suited to winning the Champions League than the Premiership. That is my opinion. Xhaka at Sunderland is much more at level. It is now. One season Xhaka won it. He had one good season at Arsenal. One good season. RV 1-1, the new addition, a different manager. That's cool. It is. Big up, my friend. Big up everyone that's in. Roker Park days were the best. Oh man, what a place that was. What a place that was. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to that derby next season. I'm looking forward to Newcastle v Sunderland. I won't be missing that. If you think Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool, Millwall, West Ham, Celtic, Rangers, wait till Newcastle and Sunderland play each other. DJB, would you... yeah. Brendan Rodgers over Arteta. Probably. I think Brendan Rodgers would have won us a trophy with that team and the money spent. We actually need new owners. Yeah, who though? What I'm saying is, this is what I'm trying to say. Who's going to come in and spend £1 billion? Who's going to come in and pay a manager £15 million a year, trophyless, and spend £1 billion? What owners are out there that's going to do that? Big up DJB. Looks like we might be right with the hijacking from United for Gorkarez. Nah, you ain't got Gorkarez. He ain't going Man United, my friend. I'm sorry, Mems. Big up, though. Big up, Mems, Creamy. Yeah, big up, Mems, all the time, man. Liverpool for Johnny D. Liverpool walked the league. Johnny's in a world of his own, man. Liverpool walked the league at a canter. They switched off. If they really wanted to, they could have won their last 5, 6, 7 games and been way clear. We was never in a league title race last season. We was on average 7 points behind the whole of the season, all season long, on average. We was never in it. We was never challenging. Watch Arsenal get Eze deal sorted and done. I hope you're right, my friend. I hope you are right. Eze is a player that we need. Guys, make sure to smash the likes. Come on. We need them likes smashed up. That would be great. Goes to show Gorkarez ain't Arteta signing, because if the deal would have been done, I think it would have been done a lot quicker if he was a Chelsea player. What you mean, the Chelsea strip? Our away kit is similar to Chelsea's, isn't it? Apart from the red stripe. It's nice blue. It's the same sort of blue as Chelsea. Come on. They're our brothers, aren't they? It's like, I haven't bought an Arsenal shirt since we changed to Victoria Cordia Crescent. Yeah, I know. Man City selling the away kit for $100 and the authentic $150. I know it's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous, Riku. The prices of these football kits, 40 quid for shorts. I know, it's crazy. Long sleeve or short sleeve, DJB? What, football kits? Short sleeve. We wear white nowadays. The model looks depressed. God, I'm way behind on this chat, man. What's going on? The away kit looks like Chelsea's own kit. It does. We'll get it back up. Let's have a look. There we go. Very Chelsea-esque, isn't it? The blue, yeah? Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that kit. Rip off. £85 for a shirt is a joke. Yeah? Crazy. It's crazy. And when you think of it, right, you're paying £85 for a shirt, right, guys? Or 120 quid for the players one, right? And you're paying £1,500 for a season ticket, £7 for a pint of beer. And we can't criticise this football club. Don't like the red Adidas stripe. No, I'm not keen on that red Adidas stripe down the bottom. Jamboy's not either. Jamboy's going to wear white. I did answer my chances. Are there? You missed it, DJB. No, got it, Jamboy. Johnny, sorry. Yeah, no. Big up, my friend. Thank you for answering. Listen, I respect your opinion. I respect you keeping the faith. I'm just asking you to look at the bigger picture, my friend. Yeah, and don't be disappointed if you end up with no trophies next season. Don't let it ruin you. I would say though, Johnny, I'll give you another question. If Arteta don't win anything next season, are you then saying we need a change? Johnny D, you are respectful and I respect your opinion. Yeah, listen, I haven't got a problem with people not agreeing with what I say or what we say in the chat. As long as it's respectful, then not a problem. And this is what this community is all about. So big up, everyone. Johnny D, yay, we finished above City. I can't wait to tell my kids. Yeah, exactly. Imagine what Saka's going to tell his grandkids. Well, I played for Arsenal for like 15 years. Did you, Granddad? Can I see all your winners' medals? I haven't got any. Ain't going to happen. Saka is not going to be another Harry Kane. He's going to be off. And we won and beat Real Madrid trophy. Come on, guys, in the chat. I bet you've bought this away kit, haven't you? Eh? I've sold it to you, haven't I? You're all online now. You're all online. You've got your cards out. You're all buying it. Arteta fans will laud up the fact you finished above City. I know. It's a trophy for them. Tom Setford is better than Kepa. Probably is. Probably is. Hi, DJB. A quick I agree. Arteta has no clue. Big up, David C. Thank you for dropping by, my friend. Always a pleasure. The players doesn't make us better. They're okay. They're okay players, aren't they? I think Declan Rice is a player. I love Declan Rice, man. I love Saliba. I think Saliba's an absolute baller. Financially, Norgard could have been Eze. Yeah, it could have been. Could have been. 7, 10 or even an 8. Desperation. Yeah. Lynch, I will judge the transfer window by the end of it. I'm not judging it at the moment, my friend. I'll judge it at the end of it. If we only end up with Gyökeres by the end of this window, for me, it's about a 4 5 out of 10. We didn't beat Everton, Bournemouth, Brighton last season. Nope. But we beat Man City, though. We won't just be stronger. We'll be miles stronger. Miles stronger, Johnny. That's good. Miles stronger. So if we're miles stronger, we're winning the Champions League and the Premiership. We're doing the double guides. It's okay. We're miles stronger. Miles stronger with the same manager, with the same tactics. We ain't winning anything yet. You're close to my chance of DJB. I posted it 20 minutes back. Let's have a look. More like we're suited to bottling the Champions League. Do you know what? I'm not saying we're going to win it. I'm not saying we're going to win it. I just feel that we're better suited in the Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to win it. I just feel that we're a little bit... I will not unsub DJB. You don't ban me, Northside. Lee Gunner and Dan Potts' wife could not stand variety in opinions, and they do not deal well with arguments against. I just feel our style of play is more suited to going further in the Champions League. Yeah, and the type of teams we come up against. That's all I'm saying. Are we going to win it? No, I don't think we're going to win it. But if I was to have a bet, I'd say we've got more chance of winning the Champions League than we have the Premiership. That's just my opinion. Rodgers is a decent shout. I'm sure he approved. Rodgers is what a player. Rodgers is, seriously. Season ended next week, 29 last year. Oh, I tell you what, Havertz, man, that was another signing I struggled to get my head around. Anyone would have won a trophy, but the point is probably if we'd made such a good team, probably we'll never know. If any other coach would make the team be as good. We wouldn't know, but what we do know, Johnny, is this manager hasn't won anything. That's the only facts that we do know. We wouldn't know if any other manager would win a trophy, but we do know one thing, that this manager has had 5-6 years to try and win something major, and he's failed every single time. They are facts. It was never a title race. They won it comfortable, took the gas off. It was never a title race. Liverpool won it easily. Easily. Wasn't even challenged. When I first bought an Arsenal jersey, they were 35, 40 quid. Really? My first Arsenal jersey was about 8 quid, I think, 10 quid. That's more realistic though, isn't it, Jamboy? 35 quid, 40 quid, £85, you know. You imagine if you got grandkids. I'm dreading when I get my grandkids, you know, and you got to buy them all Arsenal kits. Guy upstairs, guy who lives near me is a West Ham fan. He's just laid out like 300 quid on West Ham shirts for his grandkids with old Susie Boyle over it. Oh dear. Football club deserves criticism. See a bigger picture, DJB. You don't see it. Football club deserves all the criticism in the world. I do see the bigger picture, DJ. You don't see it. I do see it. I do see the bigger picture. Johnny, I've been following them for 50 years, home and away. 50 years, my friend, of watching Arsenal Football Club. And you're coming on here telling me I don't see the bigger picture. Oh, man. Don't start talking nonsense, man. Please. Make sure you smash the likes and sub. If you hate Spurs, smash that like. Spurs. I think he'll do all right, Thomas Frank, you know. I like Thomas Frank. I do like Thomas Frank. I think he's done brilliant at Brentford. I like Thomas Frank. My last Arsenal kit was when we signed Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, oh, what a player. What a player, Alexis Sanchez. Now, he was one player that I was ringing up. Oh, guess who we've signed? We've got Alexis Sanchez. Look at this ball. Look at this guy we've signed. How many signings have we made this season where you've had that Alexis Sanchez feeling or that Mesut Ozil feeling or that Bergkamp feeling? There's not one signing that I can honestly turn around and want to get on the phone and boast to my friends about. Oh, guess what? We've got Norgard. Look who we've signed. We've signed Madueke, you know. Take care, Johnny. Thanks for dropping in, my friend. Make sure you sub and smash the like. Yeah. Opinions respected. Not a problem. Healthy debate is nice. I don't mind that at all. As me and Kenny Ken always say, we like healthy debates. That's what it's all about. We like this. That's what streaming's all about. Nice, healthy debate. You're respectful. You're not swearing. There's been no slack. That's fine, my friend. Take it easy, brother. Take it easy. Super Mac. Oh, he was a player. Super Mac. Yeah. Big up, Endon. Big up, everyone. Alexis Sanchez. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? He don't actually get in my top 5, Jamboy. And I know it's hard. He's in the top 10, but he don't actually get in my top 5. He really don't. It's difficult, I know, but he just doesn't. Listen, I'll give Arteta credit. I'll give him even more credit if he wins me the Premiership or the Champions League. Yeah? And I have credited him. I've said he's done some great. I've said it on streams gone by. He's done some good things. He's done some great things at the football club, and he has done some great things at the football club. But I just feel that his time has come. I think he's reached his ceiling, and I think he can hold his hands up. He can hold his head up high, turn around and say, "I've given it all I can. I've done all what I can." But unfortunately, I've not been able to. I can't take the club any further. I've gone as far as I can and walk away. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. But when you've got Arnie Slot walking into a football club, first season, and wins the Premiership at a canter, when he's got all that on his shoulders about the Klopp, you imagine, because like when Alex Ferguson left Man United, it's never been the same. When Wenger left Arsenal, the next manager coming in, Unai Emery, and people like this was never the same. So Arnie had to take over from Klopp, who was an absolute legend of the football club. So he had all that pressure on him as well. All that pressure on him as well. And he won the league at a canter. At a canter. Big up Views on Sport. Make sure you go and sub to Views on Sport. Make sure you're following Views. Big up Views, my friend. Big up all the time, my friend. I'm sticking to tenner on Liverpool to win the Premiership undefeated. Oh, I think they'll be defeated. I think they'll be defeated. Someone will beat them. Sunderland will beat them or something like that. Johnny D walk away from 15 mil a year. Exactly. I ain't going to walk away from 15 mil a year, is he? He ain't going to do that. Of course he ain't. Oh, dear, my friends. Do you know what, guys? It's been an absolute pleasure of being with you today. Thank you very, very much for joining me this lunchtime. We've had some fantastic debates. Make sure you get your away kit or don't get your away kit. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's hope Arsenal do the right thing. I just want the Gorkarez done now. It's getting tedious. I'm fed up with it now. I'm a little bit tired of it. Make sure we get Gorkarez. then go and get Eze. If we get the players in, it will just give us all a lift. It will give us that lift that we need. And then hopefully we can go on and do the right thing. You know, I'm looking forward to the season starting now. I really am. And yeah, thank you very much all for joining us, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look out for my next stream. My next live coming up. Richie, DJB, the window's shut right now. Are we better or worse than last year? We're the same. We're no different. We're no different. What upgrade have we added to this squad? Is Madueke miles better than Martinelli? No. Is he better than Saka? Well, that answers itself. No. Is Zuba Mendy an upgrade on Partey? No. Is Norgard an upgrade on Jorginho or Partey? No. And we haven't got Gorkaris. And we've still got Havertz up front. Is Mosquera better than Saliba and Gabriel? No. Is Kepa better than Raya? No. So where have we come? Where have we come? We've come full circle. Players need to go out the door and we need to sign players. And we're ripping up contracts, Tommy Asu, etc., and letting players go on a free. Tierney. So we've come full circle, guys. We've come full circle. But God bless you all, my friends. Make sure you're staying safe. As I say, this time of year, look after everyone. If you're going on your holiday, happy travels. Drive safe. Look after your loved ones. I'm doing the retro show at 4:30. We're going to go over all the football kits and everything. So make sure that you visit me at 4:30 with Shane Gooner. Then I'm on with Jez, old school show with Kenny Ken. And then I'm doing Dan Potts's as well. So a very busy Tuesday for me. But thank you very much indeed, guys, for joining me. Stay safe. That's the main thing. And yeah, we'll just keep the faith, guys. We'll just keep the faith. Hopefully Arsenal do the right thing. Until next time, big up everyone. Make sure that you sub and smash the likes on the way out. That would be really helpful. Take it easy. God bless. Take it easy.